Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call!
Bueller?
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller?
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
Late for shows.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimblett to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Hello, classmates. Welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class Movie Review Edition. I'm your host for today, Pete.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Joseph.
And today we're going to be reviewing my pick from the Wheel of Destiny, a movie from my childhood that somehow escaped me. Today we're reviewing 1990's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Our family grows. The city itself will be our playground to use as we please, rewarding ourselves and punishing our enemies.
We've been looking for you, Miss O'Neill.
There is a new wave, freaks of nature. Together, we will punish these creatures.
What the heck was that?
Looked like sort of a big turtle in a trench coat.
Edging in. Slow track.
Awesome!
Music.
This is not the best of the soundtrack, but there are some slappers in the soundtrack.
Yeah! I love being a turtle!
That's not the line read they
Lean,
used.
green, and
On screen.
On the screen.
On
Okay.
the screen. First of all, that's not the line read of that line where he says, I love being a turtle.
God, I love being a turtle!
Almost the same thing.
I think it was probably the guy in the suit, maybe, rather than the VO guy.
I love being a turtle.
They just left it.
That was the set recording of it. All right, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990, the year of our Lord. This is a adaptation of the wildly popular comic book series, what came before that. There was also video game adaptations, many of those. Directed by Steve Barron, written by Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird, and Bobby Herbeck. This is starring Judy Hogue as April O'Neil, Elias Koteas as Casey Jones, Josh Paez as the voice of Raphael, David Foreman is the voice of Leonardo, Brian Tochi is the voice of, he's the voice, David Foreman is the performance, Leif Tilden is Donatello, Corey Feldman voicing Donatello, and the list goes on. This also has a small part for a very, very young Sam Rockwell and Skeet Ulrich. They're both in this movie.
Yeah.
Did you guys spot Skeet Ulrich?
I don't even know who that is.
He's Billy Loomis from Scream, the first killer. First killer in
that
Scream.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Slick back hair,
Yeah,
Johnny
yeah.
Depp looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
His name is Skeet.
Skeet.
Oh, okay.
Like Doug's best friend in Doug.
I wonder if
He's
he's
actually
related.
Skeeter.
I wonder if he's related to Francis Ford Coppola.
Skeet Ulrich Coppola.
Skeet Nicole Coppola.
Yeah, there you go. So this is a movie that I put on the wheel because I've never seen it before. And
He's a and you're a turtle man.
yep, I'm a turtle guy. I'm a car guy. I'm a turtle guy.
Turtle guy.
I'm a guy of very simple tastes. I like cars, I like turtles. I like brisket. But somehow I don't know why it escaped me. I don't know if it was like I don't want to watch it because I don't want it to be let down. I don't think it was that deep. I was 4 years old when this came out, so
Right.
a little too young for it. And I found my appreciation for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic book later on in life. I've always liked turtles for whatever reason. They always spoke to me. But I never watched the movies, and then the second one came out, and then the third one came out. I don't know anything about those except for the second one's got a great subtitle called The Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. And then the third one is, I don't know if it has a subtitle, but it's set in feudal Japan, I believe.
Is there a third one of like this nature?
Yeah,
Like
it looks just like this same sort of puppetry or whatever.
I have no idea.
And it's like, yeah, they put the samurai helmets on them and stuff and the full like old school armor, but you're like, they're already ninjas.
Yeah.
Now they're samurais.
Now they're samurais?
Now they're samurai.
Now you gotta change the name.
What will they think of next?
Teenage Mutant Samurai Turtles.
Yeah.
Ronin Turtles. So I wanted to watch it and see what the hype was all about, see if it lived up to the kind of classic nature of the film, and we'll see what everybody thought about it. Tyler, first watch?
Yes, first watch.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow. It's both of us.
Yeah, first watch.
Tyler, Brianna was also really surprised that I'd never seen this.
Yeah, I expected if someone of your age would have seen this while growing up.
What the hell does that mean?
Well,
I take offense to that.
I
You're
don't know.
advanced in age.
I take great offense.
No, because like you're like I was born in the 90s, but you were actually living.
I was.
And so this was the most boring movie ever.
Really?
This one.
This is the one?
I was so freaking bored. I was really fighting for like this movie was really fighting for my attention. Like it was hard. It was hard.
Really?
And I was cringing. I was like, what is this? Why do we have to talk about this?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't have this just been a streaming pick?
Why did Pete do this to me?
Like, I mean, almost this. I mean, like, really, like, this was a punishment, like, for me.
It wasn't that bad. Come on.
No, it was. I like,
No, it
like,
was.
Shit artist.
like, sincerely, I did not like this movie. I thought you were right that it is a kid's movie because it's. I think only a child would like this movie.
Come on.
You're the dissenter in this one now.
I thought so when you watch it like in a cartoon version or in a comic or read it in a comic, like you can suspend your disbelief of like turtles walking around, you know, amongst
This
humans.
is your angle? I couldn't believe it.
But when you but
Next time you're telling me a talking rat is their coach, their sensei.
Anyways, yeah, I thought the movie was just it was just boring. I didn't like it. I really did not like it. I didn't find anything funny about it. I thought it was pretty cringy. So
You don't find any redeeming quality? Not one thing. Say one nice thing about it.
I thought Splinter was the funniest.
He was funny?
Yeah.
In what sense? Funny haha? Funny how?
Like because like he had the accent and he was just, you know, just being
There is no racial bigotry here.
like he just I don't know, he was just a fun
I
little
like the offensive accent.
yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Like
Jesus Christ, Tyler.
the offensive accent was funny.
I expect what I expect out of you.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, your low is just it's now in the basement.
Jesus.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So yeah, I thought it was boring. I mean, it's a competent movie, I suppose. Like
Competent.
But it was it just did nothing for me except for
annoy you and waste your time.
Except for bore me. Oh yeah.
Okay. Joseph, why don't you? I know you're working on something fun over there.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. What do you? How many times have you seen this movie? I know it's not your first.
I don't know. I mean, I've definitely seen it before. I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen it, but it's been a really, really long time since the last time I've seen a frame from this movie. I just remember it being on in part of my childhood.
Kind of like one that popped up a lot in your childhood.
And I never had like history with like the comics or anything. I just knew about these movies really. And I really did not remember what this was about. I didn't know the plot. The plot of this movie I had completely forgotten about. I just remember the turtles and I remember Shredder and Splinter. I don't remember Casey Jones and I don't remember April O'Neil.
Yeah.
Because at the time I had no idea who they were and like that they were being pulled from
a comic.
Characters being pulled from comics.
Yeah.
It was, I think probably not as good as I remember, probably as watching it as a kid, but I was never like, oh, Ninja Turtles.
You weren't like hyped on it.
No.
Okay.
It was, but it was just like, kind of watching like a kid's cartoon. And it's just like, it's on TV and I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I feel like I might remember more of the second one. More of this.
Ernie Reyes Jr. is in the second one. He's kind of a main character. He was a stunt guy in the first one. Young guy.
Yeah. Because I for some reason I remember Shredder being much bigger of a presence than he does. And I don't ever remember the plot being basically Splinter being kidnapped.
Yeah.
By this gang of criminal ninjas. And but yeah, it was not, I don't think that I'm the audience for this. I don't have any history with the Turtles. I don't think, I think Mutant Mayhem is a really good movie.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And it's just super entertaining. And for non-turtle Ninja Turtle fans. But this, like, yeah, it was very much the comedy and the nostalgia wasn't for me. It didn't hit me because I didn't have anything tied to it like that. So it was watching it now, it was very much okay.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
What do you think about Jim Henson's creature effects, at least?
Oh yeah, I did look that up, that his team was involved.
Yeah.
Because this movie came out the year that he died.
Yeah.
And
we gotta do Jim right.
The practical effects of like the ninjas and mainly the ninjas, I guess, and and Splinter.
Yeah.
The funniest was when they were like young.
Yes,
young turtles.
They're clearly little puppets.
Yeah. That was the funniest.
Pizza. I'm hungry. They remind me of the Sewer Boys from Dick's the Musical.
Oh yeah, the Sewer Boys. Oh god. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle babies walked so Sewer Boys could
Run.
do whatever the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
The ninjas of the bad guys, the accent was it's definitely a little dated.
A little bit.
Just a little dated. Maybe a little bit.
I'm so tempted and I can't even do it. Like it's that offensive.
Yeah. And the weird like Sam Rockwell and his like they are like kids, but they like are
he's the head kid
and like the underground kid employees of this criminal ninja gang.
Yeah.
Like it looked like the same room that they shot like where all the hackers hang out in Hackers.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I kind of remember Sam Rockwell though being in it.
Yeah.
I just didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
At the time. But yeah, it was a okay experience for myself in my current stage in life.
Got it. Okay. Overwhelmingly, everyone so far loves the movie. Great. Glad I picked this one.
I think we can all agree that we really enjoyed this movie, and this was a masterful piece.
Thank you, Tyler. I couldn't have said it better myself.
I know.
Good point, Joseph.
So, first thoughts. Never seen it before. Talked about that already. I think the story is about as threadbare as you can get for this. It's like they're living there. You get a little bit of a side plot origin story to how they came to be.
Yeah.
And then, spoiler alert, Shredder is actually the guy that killed Splinter's master. Couldn't have seen that coming.
Is that canonical?
I think it is. Okay. Yeah, I think so. So, and basically they're just living their life, and then the turtles are out of the sewer one day, and the Foot Clan comes and steals Splinter. And then they POW him for a while, and he's basically an emaciated. He looks like the guy from The Contestant by the end of this.
Oh yeah.
He comes out of there, and then they kill Shredder.
Yeah, they push him off.
They kill him.
The turtles.
Yeah. And I think inherently, one of the things that is the biggest problem I have about making a live action adaptation of this comic book, video games make sense, comic books make sense, cartoons make sense, all those things make sense because you have two of the turtles that have blunt instruments. You have the nunchucks,
Sticks.
and you have the bow staff.
Stick and the.
And then you have two with deadly weapons of slicing nature that can stab, slice, and maim people when used correctly, yet they never do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
a PG movie, isn't it?
It is. That's the problem. It's like you have two of them that essentially are forced to not use their weapons of choice throughout the movie, and instead like hit them with chairs and stuff, and like zip around like Three Stooges, and
they're very clumsy.
Well, they're turtles.
Well, they're turtles.
I mean, what do you want? They're not cheetahs. They're not monkeys. But they can't even use their instruments of choice, their implementations of choice. They're like that's their thing.
Yeah.
It's like Donatello's got the staff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's Leonardo? Leonardo's the one with the swords, right?
I don't know.
I thought Raphael was the one with the swords.
No, Raphael's got the size. The red one's got the size. Huh. Leonardo is the one with the nunchucks. He's the orange one. The blue one is Donatello?
I have no idea.
I don't.
I thought Raphael's red.
Listener, Raphael's red. He's got the size. I know that for a fact, with 100%.
And he likes
pizza. Leonardo does have the swords.
Like
Michelangelo is the orange one, and he's got the nunchucks. Michelangelo. So Leonardo's got the swords, and at one point they're having the fight, and he's slicing like this. Yeah. And he's like slicing, and like if he were to make contact, that guy's guts would spill on the ground.
Yeah.
So inherently, it's really hard to use these specific creatures in a live action adaptation.
Yeah.
Even if it was like the Michael Bay version where they're CGI, but they're real humans on the other side,
Mm-hmm.
In a cartoon, you could do like Power Rangers, you
just
slice them and then they just like turn into dust or something.
And they're like, ah.
Yeah, and then nothing, and no blood, no nothing, whatever. In like a more or less played as for a realistic like live action version of this, you have to basically nerf them 100%.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big part of it for me. That seems just like the medium that they chose to do this in is already stunts the project itself.
You set yourself up for failure.
Yeah, you basically said I'm going to play a game that I design the rules in which I lose.
Yeah.
All that being said, the movie was made for $13.5 million and it made $135 million.
Jeez.
No shit, they made a sequel,
10 times as much as
the people want turtles in 1990. We didn't have shit out there.
It was very popular.
And compared to something like Howard the Duck, which had flopped more recently after, like right before this came out, this was like a breath of fresh air, I think the other thing that's kind of weird is that there's a kind of an interesting tone to it. Like it's very goofy and whimsical and then dark in other times.
Yeah.
They show the flashback of like Splinter's master being killed. And right before that, the master's wife was killed. They're in like a darkened black room and she's just been murdered. Mm-hmm. He comes home and then he gets murdered right in front of Splinter. Yeah. And little puppet Splinter runs out and gets his ear slashed off. Yeah, it's like, this poor guy. But you're like, that's pretty brutal for a little kid's movie.
Yeah. I mean, Who Framed Mr. Roger Rabbit was marketed as a kid's movie and it has some horrific stuff in there.
Love that character, Mr. Roger Rabbit. Great.
Mr. Roger Rabbit.
I wish we would know who Mrs. Oh, there is Mrs. Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
She's the tall skirt.
Yeah. It's not Mr. Roger Rabbit?
It's just Roger Rabbit.
Oh.
So anyways, all that being said too, I got to give it to them for the practical sets that they built. And not a lot of it is shot exterior in New York City where it's supposed to be. It's built, North Carolina or something like that, where they built the sets. But you have full-on humans in suits doing real physical things in a real physical space.
And that doesn't look like an easy task.
No, absolutely not. So like the effort put into this, and yes, it's a kid's movie, and yes, it's goofy, and yes, the plot is like, okay, it's not like super engaging or anything like that. And most of the jokes fall pretty flat.
For an adult.
For an adult to watch it after the fact, you're just like,
let's go for it!
Woo! Let's watch this kid's movie.
I did it!
Yeah. And like, it's not amazing. But what it set up for the future, I think, is the legacy of the movie. At the time, it was because we have all these other great properties. The video games are fucking fantastic.
You see, the puppy was a dog. The industry, my friend.
That's right.
That was a revolution.
So I can't like completely shit on it because I don't think it's a terrible movie. I think for the time and for what they were trying to do, it was wildly successful. But it doesn't really have a whole lot of replay value. If it was my youth mind's eye looking back on it, I might think a lot more fondly of it. But I think it was fine. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what Secret of the Ooze is. I'm gonna watch it and see. And I've heard that the third one is trash.
You should have done the Godfather thing. Just put them all on the wheel. And
I wouldn't do that to you guys.
Thank you.
I wouldn't do that to you guys.
I'm gonna do it with the Three Ninjas.
No.
I have Three Ninjas Kickback.
Yeah.
And I have Surf Ninjas too, if you want to watch that. So the technical prowess is impressive. I think just making a movie that looks the way it does, and it's like you can see the cracks. You can see their like neck socks at the edge of their rubber body suits, you know, at certain points. And you can even see some crew members on set in the background. There's crew members ducking behind furniture that you can see.
Really? I didn't notice.
There's a frame in the bathroom when Raphael's in the bathtub. And I think Donatello opens his mouth really wide to laugh, and you can see the guy's face inside. And it's like, all that's, it's so funny. But who cares? You know, it's a goofy ass kids movie, and I think it's a lot of fun.
That reminds me, in the last episode when I mentioned Jeepers Creepers and the Reborn, the fourth installment, there's some stuff like that in the movie where like the creeper, you can see the guy driving in the car. It's just a guy wearing like a bandana, like right here.
Oh, really?
And then you can, and then you see a human hand.
They did this in this too. There's a scene where one was skateboarding, and he goes like this, and you can see he's not even wearing the bodysuit or the hand glove or whatever.
Yeah.
So so that's my thoughts on it. I respect it, but I don't think it's amazing.
I mean, I don't know. I think the whole the problem I have like with the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like story is just how absurd it is, to the point where
you can't even get past the first.
Let's go for
the
it.
barrier is that accepting turtles as ninjas.
Yeah, well, in Teenage Turtles at that.
I could understand if they were adults.
Like, I think that's I never liked Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. Like, I never liked them. I always thought it was like a cringe idea, even as a kid.
Now, when you say cringe, what do you mean?
Like, it's just like, ugh, why would you
like disgusting?
No, just like it's just. Well, I mean, disgusting in an existential way, I guess, but. I think
existentially.
I think like the idea I couldn't enjoy the movie because I don't like the idea of like 4 teenage turtles living in a sewer, eating pizza, doing ninja stuff.
That sounds fun.
On paper it does, but executed
no. You didn't say on paper. You saying just the concept you can't get past.
Yeah,
you can't change your story now.
I'm not changing my story.
Oh, yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not changing my story. I'm just saying, like, I don't. What is that even? What is that's from the White Stripes.
Yes, it's just my anger.
Okay. Well,
I'm trying something new. I'm tired of the Kill Bill song.
Okay. Well, I got it.
Or the May December.
Yeah.
I think that's the inherent problem for me, like enjoying this IP, is I just don't like it. Like, even if it's a good movie, like you were saying, like the Ninja Turtles Mayhem movie, and saying it was entertaining, like I'm sure it is entertaining, but I don't like.
But these eyes will never see that movie.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't like. I just don't.
You don't like the recommendation of your 2 best pals telling you that it's a really good animated movie and you'd love it, Tyler?
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I'm saying. No,
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Like, I just don't like the idea. Like, I just think it's dumb. I think it's a dumb idea.
You know, I think it's a dumb idea. A berserk.
How dare you?
What the fuck is that even? A guy with a big ass sword who's just roaming around. What's the concept of berserk?
The concept of berserk?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Guts. What is Guts' story?
We're gonna make this into an episode of about berserk.
Just answer the question.
What's Guts' story?
Yeah, what's his storyline?
Okay, well, he was born from his hanging mother on a tree.
Dumb.
And then
that's dumb. Okay, continue.
Are you kidding?
Continue.
Keep going.
No, it's fine. I'm done.
No. I'm proving a point.
I'm just saying, I never liked the idea of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so it was hard for me to like get over that barrier to watch this as a movie in a critical eye.
As Angry Otter says in the chat, it was never an amazing film. It was just a fun film.
So even if you watch a Turtles movie, you watch Mutant Mayhem, like say it wasn't Turtles, say it was just human teenagers.
That'd be fine.
It'd be fine. It's the same. Okay,
it's the fact that
let me finish. It's human teenagers, human teenage mutant ninja humans.
Their mutation is that they're extra strong and fast.
Right. They're 13 years old.
Yeah.
They're ninjas, and it's the same exact movie, same exact story, same exact performances, same exact everything. Change it to Turtles. That's what, and then all of a sudden you don't like it.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah,
Tyler, it's a very superficial way of looking at a story.
Mm-hmm. Judging a book by its cover. Mm-hmm.
It's very speciesist,
turtle by its
actually.
shell.
Because you just said if it was humans, I'd like it. If it was turtles, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. That's
yes,
what
I'm
I'm saying.
speciesist.
There is no racial bigotry here.
Fine. I'm speciesist.
What have you seen Zootopia?
No. Come on.
I think the lady doth protest too much. Are you?
What's a movie starring animals that talk that you do like?
Kung Fu Panda.
We wouldn't have Kung Fu Panda without Teenage Mutant Ninja
but
Turtles.
a ninja panda is okay, but not a turtle.
He's a dragon warrior.
I liked who's the master in Kung Fu Panda?
Master Shifu.
Yeah, he's a tortoise. I like him.
No, that's Oogway. Master Oogway. Yeah, Shifu is the
small
the red
little
panda played by Dustin Hoffman.
Oh,
but Master Sifu is Master Oogway.
I mean, I can't explain why I don't like
Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Wait, you said you did like Oogway the turtle?
He's a tortoise.
Wow. Okay.
He's a tortoise, not a turtle.
On an existential level, I just can't get beyond the fact that they have shells. No, wait, not shells, but the fact they have shells and they're water dwelling.
Exactly.
That's the thing that you latch onto that you don't like.
No, I never really liked the story or idea of it at all. So I don't.
Did any of you guys think that they were gonna like hook up with April?
No,
like Raphael was gonna hook up with April because there was a little bit of like, ooh, she likes you.
They
call her hot, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when she name checks him on the news, he gets all flustered and blushes and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
you ever seen a green man blush before?
I thought there might have been some romantic intent.
But yeah, she just goes for the weird hockey mask wearing hero.
Yeah.
His character always shocked me too. I thought he was a bad guy.
I did too.
Casey Jones. He looks like a friggin' the Punisher, like Jason Voorhees or something.
Like in the beginning of the movie, like when he's like beating
up Skeet Ulrich and his friend. Yeah,
he just keeps beating him mercilessly.
2 minutes for hooking, 2 minutes for a high sticking. Yeah,
he's just a hockey vigilante.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I like it.
He's like a 30-year-old dude.
It's kind of like in a Kick-Ass where just all of a sudden there's a crime problem, so the citizens start putting on outfits and taking care of matters into their own hands.
I mean, it didn't even seem like there was that much of a crime problem, though.
Dude, people's shit was getting stolen.
Yeah. I mean, they were getting pickpocketed by teenagers.
By criminal ninjas.
And criminal ninjas roaming around. Like, that seems like a very, like... That seems like something the police department could have taken care of without the turtles.
They're corrupt. I think they're in Shredder's dojo.
Yeah, probably.
On Shredder's payroll.
Yeah.
I really liked Splinter's puppet.
Yeah, it was really good.
That was really good.
Once I saw his face, I'm like, that's definitely a Henson property.
Yeah.
He's got that like long snouted beak look to him, which
scruffy.
Yeah, real scruffy. And you're like, this kind of looks like the fire goblins or fire whatever they are, embers, with the flamies from Labyrinth.
Labyrinth?
The three guys that pull their heads off.
Oh, those terrifying guys.
Yeah, they had the same kind of face as those guys.
Yeah, take off your own head.
Yeah, you can't throw someone else's head. The weird underground child casino.
Yeah,
basically the Chuck E. Cheese. They shot that on site at Chuck E. Cheese. The rat casino.
That was
that it seemed like that was a comparison to what the bad guys seemed like in The Crow, the original Crow. They're like, hey, we're going to take a shot. We're going to eat a bullet, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like swallowing bullets and like making a fuss in a restaurant. And they're like, we're the bad guys.
Yeah.
We do stuff that's not right, you know?
Know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm talking about, guys, you know? You think I call my mom on the phone? Hell no. Hell no, I don't. I'm a bad guy. I wear leather. And all these kids come in and they're like drinking generic brand beers, smoking cigars. I thought the kid smoking the cigar was hilarious.
Yeah.
Smoking dope.
And they're playing roulette.
Yes.
And blackjack.
Yeah.
Who's governing this entity? Where's the money go? Is there a house in this? Can the kids actually win money?
Is the kid a dealer? I can't remember.
I think there is a kid's a dealer.
Yeah, the kid
it's
is
not
a
like
dealer, yeah.
It would be kind of funny if one of the Foot Clan members was the dealer, you know? And they're wearing like a cummerbund and a bow tie.
That'd be hilarious.
Pit Boss is walking around with a red blazer on.
See, that's what they could have done with this movie. They could have made it a little bit more absurd.
Well, the original cut was supposed to be really dark. The scene where the Splinter's right hand man, second in command, beats the shit out of that one kid.
Yeah.
Shredder, you mean?
No, it wasn't Shredder. It was Shredder's the bald guy with the really thick accent.
Yeah.
He beats the shit out of one of the Foot Clan members because he.
Yeah, and the training dojo scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the training one, but he like did something wrong, and they were in like the locker room, and he beats the shit out of the kid, and the kid's on the ground, and they pull his mask off. It's like a young Asian kid gets the shit kicked out of him.
Oh yeah.
That scene was supposed to be that kid died.
Oh my God.
Originally,
That kid died.
and they added in after the fact. Oh, he's still breathing. He's okay. In the they ADR'd it in there.
Oh really?
And they they left it.
Oh man.
And they said, "Oh yeah, wow, he got hurt. Oh, he's still breathing." Because the original cut was so dark, they
didn't want to see it. They didn't want to have a child die on screen.
Yeah, well, the director, Steve Barron, he was fired from production at the very end of the shoot.
Well,
and because he was trying to make the movie so dark, and they basically took away final cut credits from him.
Oh,
the ability to do a final edit. So they added a lot of levity into it, and they pulled a lot of the darker elements out of it. So, and even still, with the cut that they have, a lot of parents complain that the movie was too violent for their kids.
Really?
You know, I one thing that it sticks out to me right now is when who is it? Leonardo. He's ordering the pizza, and he's just I think
it's Michelangelo.
Oh, Michelangelo. That's right. I don't know the names. That's how detached emotionally
it's okay.
I was from this movie.
Listener Steven is so mad right now. He's a huge turtle fan.
Oh, okay.
He loves the TMNT.
So when he was ordering the pizza, he was just like pepperoni, ham, and no anchovies. No anchovies.
If I see anchovies on that thing, there's gonna be problems, buddy.
And it's just like they're not gonna add anchovies like by default.
And guess what comes on there? Anchovies.
I can't believe. Wait, maybe if you didn't mention the anchovies, hold the spits for a cop.
Yeah. And then he's a real asshole too, because he gives the address, but the address doesn't exist because they're living in a goddamn sewer.
Okay.
And so I feel for this delivery guy because he's looking at the address.
Game recognized game, huh?
I really did feel for him. He's like looking at the address. He's like, well, this is 8.5.
He's like, oh, been there.
And then
been there.
And he's just like, where's 8.25?
You know, always deliver to this tree stump every Thursday.
Well, Michelangelo's an asshole because he knows that he can't find he won't be able to find the place, so he's trying to get a discount because he's a cheapskate.
Why?
And so
because he was late.
And then then he's just holding up a $10 bill. It's like, here you go, delivery boy. Here's $10. And he's like,
what do you want him to do?
Maybe come out and greet him.
He's a fucking turtle.
He's a fucking turtle who's been sworn to secrecy by his boss.
Well, see, and now this is
father.
This is another. Okay, well, first he treats the delivery person poorly.
Okay,
maybe he should have been on time.
Yeah,
he was on time.
No, he wasn't.
He was standing.
Joseph, would you recount to me that scene and what Michelangelo says, or I think Michelangelo says before the delivery driver is even on screen.
Yeah,
I already know what he's gonna say. But
he said he's got 30 seconds.
Yep, and then that's in the sewer, and then the smash cut to the outside, no delivery driver in sight, and he says, "Ha, he's late now. 10% off or whatever.
$3 off.
$3 off." And then we see the
Doesn't even tip the guy.
Then we see the moped come around the corner.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even matter if he couldn't find the place.
Well,
He was a minute late. A minute late's a minute late.
Already late.
But that's bullshit. That is bullshit.
That's their rule.
It did.
They made the rule. Domino's made the rule.
Well, fuck Domino's for doing that rule. And actually, you know what? It's fun. What I
What
will
if
say.
Steve Domino was listening to this right now?
His name is Steve Domino.
Yeah.
Mr. Domino.
President, CEO, founder, and creator of Domino's Pizza.
What I really do like about this movie, I'll say something positive about this movie because I've been shitting on it, is that I love the placed advertisements. Like you get the Domino's. There's other ones that I noticed too. Oh, you get a Gatorade one at one point, and they show the best Gatorade they show the best vehicle that Gatorade should be served in is in the glass bottle. You don't need a
glass bottle.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that before.
You've never seen a glass Gatorade bottle?
No, why would I?
I don't know. But I saw
Perfect thing to take onto the sports field. A glass. Put on the sidelines while I'm playing football. Hey, toss me that glass bottle of electrolytes.
Well, and then I mean, I think Domino's should have sued this movie really because the pizza that they delivered it did not look good.
It's like a real Castaway FedEx situation.
Like
I'm pretty sure Domino's paid to have their likeness in the movie.
I'm sure they did too, but they could have at least put a little effort in making the pizza look like edible,
decent. I think I made a mistake. I should have been eating pizza while watching the movie.
I know.
That's smart.
Because they, the Turtles. If you didn't even know, if you didn't even watch the Turtles, I feel like everybody knows that they love pizza.
Yeah.
They have that. It's like the iconic like string.
Yeah,
like,
the stretchy.
Yeah,
that's from the comic books and stuff.
The cartoon and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I thought
the there's a very unique double feature movie that goes along with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
One of my friends online did this double feature, and I thought it was a great idea. I didn't have time to do it this way, but I thought about it. It's you watch the first 10 minutes of the movie until Raphael goes to see Critters.
Yeah.
You stop the movie, you watch all of Critters, and then you continue the movie.
Oh, that's fun.
And it's like you're there, and he comes out and goes, people make movies about anything. And then they goes to Elias Koteas kicking those thugs' ass.
And I think really like what blows my mind about this movie too is that they're teenagers. Like
again, I can't believe it.
Why does that blow your mind?
Because you think they don't act like teenagers. I mean, I know they're turtles, so like, I mean, maybe there's like a difference between human being teenagers and turtle teenagers, but
I don't know.
They of course they act like in an immature.
They definitely don't act how my turtles act.
No, they do not.
My turtles are in their 20s right now, though.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they're teens.
They are.
I think about it. Yeah, they're 14.
Oh, well, they don't act like
they don't act like it. That's for sure.
But. That's the thing, though, is like it's in the name, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But I never.
That's what it's called. Oh, okay.
But I.
Description.
I never got the impression that they were teenagers. Like
in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie.
I mean,
it's,
Michelangelo acts like a dope. They're constantly roughhousing and fucking off, not listening to their dad. They're teenagers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
They're acting like a bunch of gabagools.
Right? I mean, yeah, I guess. What do you
want? They don't have jobs. They don't listen to their parents.
Do you think
their jobs are being ninjas?
Do you think they acted older than teenagers?
I'm not saying that they're not acting of the age that they're presented as, but I don't understand. Well, I'm saying it's like ambiguous. It doesn't. It doesn't matter.
It could be either way, so I'm going to assume it's the wrong way.
It could be like they were like in their 20s. You know, like even if they said like, you know, mid-20s mutant.
Mid-20s mutant Ninja
That rolls
Turtles.
right off the tongue.
Or mid-8. Like, I mean,
Tyler, will you calm down with that rag over there?
Why?
Because you're on camera playing with a rag.
I have to do something with my hands.
I don't do it with my hands.
But I don't know why they have to be teenagers. Like, can they just be like
the relatability?
Yeah, because because number one, teenagers are impulsive, so that lends to their like poor decision making.
Immature.
Yeah, they get into trouble and they do fun stuff,
make bad decisions.
Yeah, if they were in their 40s, they would just be too tired to go out all the time.
Maybe so.
But I would like, it would be nice if they actually were voiced by teenagers.
Like in Mayhem.
Me and Mayhem, yeah. It was a return to, I think, the roots of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't even be that hard because their animatronic or the actual physical actors and the voice actors were different, except for Raphael. Raphael did, same actor did both for Raphael. But they could actually be in there doing their thing and then have some young teenagers with maybe their balls haven't dropped yet do the voices. You know what I mean? It is kind of weird also that Raphael has a really strong Brooklyn accent and Michelangelo has a surfer accent.
Yeah.
Cowabunga.
Yeah.
Yes,
you did.
Yeah, no, they're in New York, but I mean, I guess you can surf on the East Coast. But
Yeah,
it's
and then
like,
the other two just sound like they're from Tucson or something.
yeah. Like one's from California, one's from
Straight up Brooklyn.
and the two are from Little Rock.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, if there's any anchovies on that, there's going to be problems, you know? It's like, okay, you're from Brooklyn?
He's got 30 seconds. If you know how he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
That was really good, man.
Very good.
I thought the scene where they find that Splinter got kidnapped or whatever was really hilarious as well. I actually had to rewind that scene like 2 or 3 times
Just to laugh at their plight.
because I didn't know like if I missed something because the sequence of them going into the room, it jumps really quickly and
Yeah, we were really tearing this movie apart. You have like no goodwill with this movie.
it was the scene jumped really quickly and there was like a couple of times where like I like
There's
look
an
away
editing
first.
in this one scene that was just like I mean I know I saw Splinter get kidnapped and I know I saw they were out of the sewer, but when they came back, it was just like they're just there again.
Yeah.
What's up with that? And they're teenagers.
Don't forget that.
Don't forget.
But oh man, what he says, he's like Splinter or he's gone.
Hilarious.
It was. I laughed a lot. It was funny seeing their misery.
You have anything to say, Joseph?
Yeah.
Are you also pissed off that they're teenagers in a movie called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
And based off a comic book called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, the properties that preceded the movie.
I mean, yeah, it was kind of anticlimactic towards the end and the fight scene between Shredder and all of them, and then they're just kind of push him off.
Yeah. Well, didn't like Splinter try to save him? He was hanging.
Yeah,
up,
he did
hanging
actually
from the ledge, and I don't know what actually transpired, how he actually fell.
Yeah, he was holding on to him, and then I think Shredder tried to get one last
I think that's what it was. Yeah,
one last swing in, and then he missed. And then he
I
fell.
like that. I like that Splinter didn't explicitly be like, beat himself up over the fact that he fell. He's like, they will fall at your own demise, or something like that, and he fell to his death. And then gets crushed by the garbage compactor in the trash truck.
Yeah. He comes back, I think.
They make a second one.
Yeah.
The voice of Splinter was also voiced by the guy that does Elmo.
Really?
Yeah.
From the Muppets.
Who's a serial philanderer in real life.
Philanderer?
Yeah, he's like a sexual deviant.
Oh, the original voice of Elmo?
The original voice of Elmo. Kevin Clash is his name. He was retired in 2019 after it was always well known that he was a master cocksmith in the industry.
Cocksman,
he was he was basically like David Spade or Leonardo DiCaprio, just
David Spade is one too?
Oh yeah, he's just slinging that thing all over Hollywood.
Damn.
They made jokes about it in New Girl. Cece says something about, well, I had to. He had his hand inside Elmo. They never explicitly say that she fucks Kevin Clash, but they do imply it.
A little wink.
Later on down the road, it came out that it was underage allegations as well, not just that he was a sexual.
Now that doesn't make me laugh.
A prolific sexual, prowess. He was also a freak, a sick individual.
Creeper.
Yeah. Very good. Lighten the mood. So what was I going to say? Oh, I had some trivia.
Yeah.
Let me get over here. Baby. Okay. Oh, great. It just refreshed.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot. I couldn't screenshot
I'm sure there
all this stuff.
Nice.
Okay. Where are we? There it is. Okay. So here's some facts about the movie. First off, this is the final theatrical movie for Jim Henson, which you touched on earlier. He died just a month after the film was released originally.
Oh my God, this movie killed him.
It definitely,
It was the pneumonia.
Definitely did. Yeah, it could have been that. The Foot Clan hideout, the Channel 3 storefront or like building front, and the farmhouse are all standing to this day still in North Carolina.
Oh.
Tatsu.
I don't know about after this hurricane.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I hope all our listeners are okay. I have some friends that have family out that way, and the pictures that people are sending out are
Is there some
terrifying.
listeners that are out
In
kind of in that direction?
Yeah,
I hope they're
definitely in
okay.
that area.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tatsu originally was supposed to have killed the young Foot Clan member after his vicious beating. In the script, it was deemed too dark for production, so they ADR'd in sounds of him breathing and others saying he'll be all right. Also, they were threatening to make it bump the rating up to PG-13.
Oh,
At least I think it's PG. Yeah, it's PG. Okay. Robin Williams was a huge Ninja Turtles fan, and there was a film called Cadillac Man that he was shooting with Judith Hogue. So he found out that she was cast for the movie. He fangirled out and took her back to his house and showed her all of his comic book collection of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Help her prep for the role. That was kind of cool. John Paez, who played Raphael, he's the one who basically broke it that Steve Barron was fired from production because the movie was taking a too dark of a turn.
Carl Urban of
of
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of the 90s.
Yeah, the Pete Travis dropped the Pete Travis bomb on us. So there's cameos for all four of the body actors of the Turtles in the movie. The one that plays Raphael, he was the passenger in the cab in the back seat. So, hey, what was that? He was Raphael's body. Mike Michelin Sisti, who played Michelangelo, he was the pizza delivery guy, the Domino delivery guy.
That was it. Wow.
Leif Tilden, who played Donatello, he was one of the messengers, the one that slapped April O'Neil in the face.
Oh my God.
That scene cracked me up.
Yeah.
Your voice is getting you into trouble. You should close it. Like, what the fuck? And then David Foreman, who was Leonardo, he was in one of the scenes in the sewer when like the gang leader was in front. He was the guy right behind him. He was like the third in command, I guess, of Shredder.
Okay.
He was like a gang member. Let's see here. Ernie Reyes Jr., who was known for playing Keno in the second one, Secret of the Ooze. He was Donatello's stunt double and fight actor for action sequences. April O'Neil's character in the comics wears the yellow jumpsuit. The actress, Judith Hogue, said, hell no, I ain't doing that. They dyed a white jumpsuit for her costume, and she refused to wear it. That's why they gave her the yellow raincoat in the first scene.
Oh.
She wore that.
She didn't want to wear a tracksuit?
She wouldn't do it. She said, no, I have my standards.
Weird.
I will be in this movie with animatronic turtles, but I ain't wearing that. The shooting location in North Carolina was so close to the airport that the radio-controlled animatronics for the heads had interference from interference from the control tower. Yeah. So a lot of times the faces would just go crazy and go haywire and go all over the place.
I would love to have seen that.
Yeah.
Huh. That's hella funny.
Also, I watched a behind the scenes thing making of, and they had the way it worked was the helmet itself would receive a radio frequency from a hand puppet, basically. So the person had a mic in front of him just like this, and had the hand here, and he would be talking just like he was a turtle with his hand, and the face would be moving along with it.
Almost like a Hoggle situation.
Exactly.
Hoggle's
Exactly. I'm
mask.
pretty sure that's how they use the same technology. And Jim Henson said it was his most advanced creations to date.
This is my most advanced creation to date.
That's right. Let's see here. What else I have? Oh, yes. Then Sam Rockwell has a cameo in it. And the film had a ton of criticism because of how violent it was. The backlash caused the sequel to avoid showing the turtles actually using their weapons, opting for a much lighter tone and comedic layer in the second one.
They don't use the weapons in the second one?
Apparently not.
What do? They're just like...
Maybe punch?
Waving them around?
I guess.
And Vanilla Ice is in it.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice is in the second one. Yeah. Do you notice that the Ninja Turtle song that John Cena sings at the beginning of Jackpot?
Yeah. At the end.
Yeah.
The ending song.
Yeah. So anyways, that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I have a couple comments that people mentioned on Twitter. I put a post out to see what people thought about it. Joey Batiste, I think he's actually We call him Joey Butts. I think his last name is pronounced Batiste, but he says, people call New Line Cinema the house that Freddy built. And while they aren't completely wrong, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles absolutely had a major hand in that studio being a success. With Freddy Krueger and the Turtles, without those, you don't get Lord of the Rings.
Also, Mortal Kombat.
yeah, that's
the
true.
original Mortal Kombat.
That's a good point. Like if we didn't get this movie or Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah, I mean that would be a huge disservice to our society if we didn't get the
Coming
Lord of the
soon
Rings.
to New Line Cinema. I think whenever I see that New Line Cinema intro, I think of what's it called? Home Alone. That's why
I was thinking Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, really?
Yeah, because they played the music, the Mortal Kombat music over it.
Yeah. That's cool. What a slapper that is.
Yeah, it is.
And then I seen
Test
it.
your mic.
Yeah. I seen it pod, which is Jason, who's one of our Patreon members, says the best superhero movie, the best independent movie, the best New York City movie, the best father-son movie, the best man versus creature movie. And admittedly, one or two of these is hyperbole, but you get the point. He says, in no world should I care as much as I do about some overgrown turtles, but between rallying around a comatose Raph and Splinter's speech, there's some real emotion being drawn out of you. And I think there's a couple scenes that do a good job if you care about the characters. Yeah. If you don't, if you're looking like Tyler over there, shaking your head at the fact that they're under the age of 20, you can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it the best superhero movie. I wouldn't
You don't have
characterize
to.
that.
You
Are
don't
they
have to.
superheroes?
Yeah, are they superheroes? They're mutants.
They're mutants. What makes an X-Man a superhero and them not? They fight crime.
That's true.
I feel like superheroes are only people with actual superpowers, like Superman and like Green Lantern, and like Iron Man is. I guess he's not a superhero, but he has something that makes him.
Is Jubilee from X-Men a superhero?
What does she do?
She shoots fireworks out of her ass.
She shoots fireworks?
Yeah,
like
out of her ass, dude.
Yeah.
I'd say like the Freeze guy in Rogue is a superhero. Well, I don't know.
It's a real tricky, sticky situation.
Superman is a superhero.
It's the only one.
It's the only one. The obvious.
It's in his name.
It's the obvious one.
Yeah, he's
Batman. I don't know.
No.
He's just
his superpower
he's a
is
billionaire.
His superpower is his plot armor that everyone gives him.
His plot armor and his wealth.
In his wealth.
I want to see a movie where how he becomes the world's greatest detective, because we only get his physicality training in the movies. Mm-hmm. We don't get like his.
I think
he's studying game tape.
Yeah.
Studying like old cases and stuff.
Like reading books about.
I want to see that.
Stuff.
I want to learn where he gets his one-liners. Thumb drive. I want that. Get it. It's a Riddler guy.
But yeah,
he's good.
Mutant Turtles.
Yeah, they're mutants.
That's the super part.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they are ninjas is just anybody can be a ninja, to train to be a ninja.
Yeah, anyone can be a ninja.
Maybe they're extra strong. They're definitely stronger than my turtles.
Yeah, you think in a fight between your turtles and them?
Oh, Pepe and LB would be fucking dead. Dead.
I don't know. I'd have my money on Pepe.
Nah, Pepe's a puss.
The show is.
I think
LB shows dominance.
Yeah, LB definitely. He's always mounting Pepe.
Well, because Pepe likes it.
Come on, Tyler. Talking about, I don't even want to get into that. It was very insensitive. We also already established that you're speciest.
That's true.
Yes. I don't know why you don't like my turtles.
I do. I love them. All my heart. I'd carry them out in a fire.
And then apparently also a very weird connection. I didn't research this much. So I'm not going to speak about it. But Jason from Binge Movies told me that Geiger, the comedian who smashes the watermelons,
Yeah.
his agent was also the agent of the director of the movie or something like that. And it was a huge Ninja Turtles fan, and he helped get the movie made. Like the Gallagher was so prevalent at the time that he's like, we need a Ninja Turtles movie. Make it happen.
Oh, Gallagher made it more.
Gallagher made it happen.
It's such a weird scenario.
What a time the 1990s was.
I know. I'm like thinking like of all this trivia that is behind the scenes. It's like,
I know.
It sounds like it was a really great time to like get this movie off.
Picture this. Kids are just walking around with neon green and purple shirts that say Gecko on them. Gecko Hawaii. Triangles everywhere.
Yeah.
Taco Bell has vibrant colors.
It's just
The world is a better place in 1989. That's what I'm saying here.
Yeah,
Mullets everywhere.
Well, I mean, except for the whole Gulf War thing, but yeah, no, the whole story of getting the Ninja Turtles movie made, like, it's fascinating. And
well, the other thing that's really cool about it is that the two friends made the comic. They're just watching weird movies one night. I don't know how the names of the two creators of the comic, but they're just two friends. They're artists. They're just drawing goofy pictures all the time. And one of them drew a picture of a Ninja Turtle. It was a movie, some crazy creature feature, and it was a turtle that had a sword in his hand, a samurai sword in his hand. And he gave it to his friend. He said, "Here, look at this. Movie last night reminded me of this." And his friend said, "Oh, that's funny." And he drew 4 of them with different weapons in their hand, and he gave it back to his friend. And he's like,
"Oh my God,
let's do something." He's like, "Let's do something with this."
We have something here.
So they redrew
from humble beginnings.
They redrew it. They added names. They added colors to them. To their bandanas or whatever, their eye masks. And then they're like, "This is kind of fun. We should draw a comic over this." And they made a comic book, and then it fucking took off.
Yeah. I mean, from humble beginnings, man.
And there's a movie out right now called Wild Robot, new DreamWorks movie.
Oh, I heard about that one.
The original book was written by a guy named Peter Brown, and I follow him on Twitter, and he is just gushing over the fact that the book that he wrote is now this huge DreamWorks movie, and it's getting wild praise for the animation and the story and all this stuff. And it's like, where did that come from? He just thought of a story of a robot living in the wilderness by itself, and he took it from his brain, wrote it into a book, illustrated it, published it, and just somebody found it at DreamWorks, and now it's this fucking worldwide phenomenon. It's like, that's the power of independent production. It kind of creativity.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you think, like, if something like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles could be made into this majorly cultural phenomenon, like, what else is out there that what is not discovered yet or will not be it's like the possibilities are endless.
That's right. So don't let people like Tyler tell you that you shouldn't make it.
Right. I wasn't saying not make it.
They should be in their 20s.
Why'd they have to make them teenagers?
I know.
Though?
I don't like it.
Or turtles. Pick one or the other, not both.
Yeah, I can't get on board with it.
That's a bridge too far.
I don't like my teenagers when they're turtles. I like it when they're humans.
Yeah,
that's what Tyler said.
I think here's what I really think is.
Okay.
I think maybe Tyler's suppressing his furry urges just a little too much.
I'm gay.
Tyler, what animal would you be if you were a furry?
If
what's your fursona?
Yeah, what's your fursona?
Jesus, probably a cat.
Cat?
Yeah.
Meow.
Yeah, it'd be a cat or like some sort of feline.
Maybe an Eye of the Tyler.
You're feline fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Feeling feline like cherry wine.
Yeah. No, I'd be a cat. I'd be a cat.
So are you?
Why don't the ninjas be cats?
Is your hatred of all these animal movies because you can't
Teenage Mutant Ninja Cats
embrace that you're actually a furry in disguise? You can't accept who you truly are.
Where were you during SAC Anime?
Was that the weekend you took off here? You couldn't show up? Oh my! I got a sprinkler. I fixed a sprinkler.
Mom, my landlord told me I have to.
Yeah.
You actually just got your custom-made furry suit in the mail yesterday, and you wanted to wear it around town. I can't wait another minute. It's burning a hole in my pocket.
I know.
I did it.
Spent over $2,000 on that thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cat, obviously. Like I definitely have a cat personality, so cat. I'm agile like a cat.
Are you?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, okay.
Who do you think would win in a foot race between
I've seen you climb a wall.
Tyler's malnourished. I don't know.
I'm not. Don't say that. I'm not malnourished, man.
You look like you haven't had a vegetable in like 6 months.
What? Do I really look malnourished? Listeners, I want you to weigh in on this.
You look like the contestant.
No, what?
When's the last time you got your hair, Tyler?
A year ago.
I was texting with your mom the other day, and she said, "Can you encourage Tyler to cut his hair? He won't listen to me."
You didn't.
She said, "Get him to use a brush."
She said, "Boy, don't get me started."
Maybe you can speak to him. You guys talked on that weird movie show you have.
Okay.
Listen to Jamie. Listen to me too. Comb your hair.
Comb your hair.
Seriously, who'd win in a foot race?
Like if we if we just ran down the street.
Wait, of who? Of us?
The three of us, yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
From
the playground over there at the park right across the street to my front door.
I mean, I wouldn't be first.
I put my money on Joseph. I think
Joseph might.
He's in the best shape.
I might be in a close.
He's climbing rocks all the time.
I'm not even in great shape.
That just speaks to the quality of me and Tyler.
Maybe we should just be ninjas.
We're gonna live stream a foot race between
the three of us.
All of us.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Tyler, why don't you give this a grade?
Let's go for it!
Well, just considering all of the stuff that we talked about the movie, I was gonna come into the show grading it like a D.
Give it a D.
No, I'm not, because
D for Donatello.
Just discussing it and reflecting on it, I'm gonna give it a solid C. Just the production quality is very solid, very good, and I didn't know it was by Jim Henson, but now knowing that, I have a greater respect for everything. And I did not know also that it was filmed in North Carolina. I thought this was on location.
So that gave it
we're
gonna grade a bump up.
Yeah. So just the effort.
Huge Tar Heels fan.
So the effort of into the effort into the production really elevated my grade for it, in my opinion on it as well. I think the story, like Joseph said, I wasn't the audience for this movie, but I think the story was just really straightforward, simple, something a child could digest and appreciate, have fun with. Yeah, I mean, just it's average. It's an average children's movie from the 90s. But it has elevated production value.
All right. C for Tyler. Joseph, what do you give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Like a C+, I guess. Yes. I mean, same thing, pretty much. The story is very simple, but also not really that compelling. The turtles were the turtles. They were
turtling around.
They were just annoying little, not listening to their father teenager characters, and the jokes and the writing was definitely something that would be more impactful for a younger audience.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
So a little underwhelming in that regard, because I thought I would at least have a more fun time watching it, because the nature of the live action, the practical effects and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there was the sets were cool, and the animatronics and everything that they did was cool, but all of it just kind of added up to just a mild experience.
All right, that's fair. Yeah. So B, what do you say? B minus?
C+.
C+. Okay, C+. I think I was thinking of my grade. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a B. I'm on the edge of a B minus, but the production quality of I think the suits were just so cutting edge at the time.
Yeah.
It was really, really brought it from what could have been a shitty looking, blue screen, green screen. And at that time, you don't want to do that. I mean, it's already jarring when you see it now when it's done more or less good. But in the early 90s, having the 4 main characters, if they were to just green screen all that shit the whole time, it'd be rough.
Yeah.
Or having them pose and just cut out a screen because they're puppets or something like that.
Yeah.
Having full body suits with a crazy remote controlled animatronic heads. It's that's really, really something. But the script could have used a couple more passes, or just scrap the whole story and do something more compelling from the beginning. And the tone, you could tell that the filmmakers didn't know what they wanted. They were fighting between the whimsical kids tone and the dark, ultra realistic tones of their origin stories. So all that didn't quite work for me. I still think it's pretty fun, but this is a movie that I would probably point to along with something like Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
It feels like a really 90s movie. This is it. So I'm glad I watched it. I don't think I'm going to revisit it.
Yeah.
So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is now off the wheel, and now it's time for the Wheel of Destiny. One wheel 8 slots, 3 hosts. This is the Wheel of Destiny. Okay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Whoops. Is off the wheel. I don't have a replacement picked just yet.
You don't?
No, I don't. I've been kind of kicking around what I want to put on, and I didn't really have anything compelling. Let me check my notes and see if I have something from back in the day. Who's the wheel? You know what? Fine, we'll do this one.
Okay.
I was told this is fun. And I brought it up on a news story a while back.
Oh.
A new movie that's coming out that is from the Has Fallen universe.
The what? Oh. Yeah.
So we're going to watch Olympus Has Fallen. Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen.
I've heard it's fun. It's Jerry
Butts.
Jerry Butts.
Yeah, I was going to say Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Isn't Jamie Foxx the president or something?
I have no idea. I guess we'll
Someone's
find out.
or Morgan Freeman or something.
I don't know.
There's White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen
Down.
at the same at the same time. Came out around the same time. Yeah, and I want to say that Morgan Freeman was the president of one of those. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll find out. Listener Heather, she commented. We were talking about this online, and she said, "Oh, they're really fun." Maybe it was in the chat that day or whatever. Anyways, so we're gonna watch Olympus Has Fallen when it's time for that. It'll be a lighthearted fare, and we'll see what that's all about. Let's recap with the wheel. We have Olympus Has Fallen from Pete, Broadcast News from Tyler, Cyrus from Tyler, Tiptoes from Joseph, The Hunt from Joseph, Lars and the Real Girl from listener Chris, and Identity from listener Ryan. Oh, and also Falling in Love Like Movies from Pete. So here's where we go. We're going to spin this, and we're going to watch this next week. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Tiptoes, starring
Tiptoe.
Matthew McConaughey and Gary Oldman.
Yes. Gary Oldman playing a person with dwarfism.
Yeah.
Oh, streaming on Amazon Prime.
Hell yeah.
So easy to watch. It's a romantic comedy / drama, rated R, starring Gary Oldman,
Rated R.
Patricia Arquette, Matthew McConaughey, Kate Beckinsale, Peter Dinklage, Ed Gale, David Alan Grier, and those are the names that I recognize.
Can't believe they had Peter Dinklage on the cast, and they still put Oldman as the lead.
I just...
Granted, Dinklage is a lot younger, so he probably wasn't the right age for it at the time, but...
Yeah, it's got a 4.2 on IMDb and 20% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Seems high.
I guess we'll find out. Yeah, streaming on Prime, Roku, Pluto TV, and Prime with ads, I guess.
Great.
So yeah. Tiptoes.
Can't wait for that.
So American May. For
Why
me
that,
and
by the way?
Tiptoes.
I mean, I don't think I know why, but...
We gotta.
I
feel like we gotta.
It's infamously derided.
Because it's like a movie this isn't a movie that exists. This movie exists. This is a thing that they made with Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Renowned actor. Gary Oldman.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to plug this giveaway one more time. And all right, here we go. We got some physical media over here we're going to be giving away. So I'm going to make a post on the MCFC podcast page. I'm going to make it from my personal page and ask Joseph, because he's in control of our Twitter page for our show, and just ask you to retweet it out. I got all this big stack of physical media here. It's the Planet of the Apes trilogy on Blu-ray, Godzilla vs. Kong 4K, Arrival and Annihilation 2-movie set on Blu-ray, Batman Begins Blu-ray, The Watchmen Complete Story Ultimate Cut on 4K, Dune Part 2 4K, Army of Darkness Steelbook, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 4K, and The Big Lebowski 20th Anniversary Edition on 4K. These are all up for grabs, and we're going to do some giveaways, like one a week for the next however many weeks. And pretty much all you have to do is find the post on our Twitter page. We'll probably ask you to pin it on the top so people can find it. And what we want you to do is basically just retweet. Tyler is totally a wolf. He's calling you out, Tyler.
Oh!
He's not a cat, he's a wolf.
Shouldn't I duck?
Yeah, maybe the duck. So yes, the idea is you're going to have one entry if you're a YouTube subscriber. If you're already on a YouTube account, you already have an entry there. And we're going to do like a drawing. I'm going to put, there's right now 700 and something subscribers on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They all get one entry. That's going to count for one. And I'm going to basically make it so if you retweet the post or you share on Facebook, basically asking people to subscribe to the channel to help promote the show for us, you'll be getting like multiple entries for that.
Or if you can think of a nickname for me.
That'd be good too. We can just do that. You can retweet it and say, Tyler's new nickname is this.
Yeah.
So we want to give people, I'm going to basically do like one drawing for the people that are sharing and one drawing for the people that are subscribers. And, for the subscribers, like I don't have everybody's email address, obviously, who subscribes to the show.
Yeah, sometimes they don't even list
the
subscribers.
There's really no way for us to contact them, but we can tag them in comments. So we'll pull some winners next week. We'll get one winner from the people who are sharing and one winner from the subscriber pool, and tag them in the comments or send you a message on Twitter or whatever. And then you just give me your address and I'll mail you out whatever one you pick from the stack. And if you want one of the mystery grab bags too, I'll send you one of those. It's 3 DVDs in a set. No idea what they're in there. Share with the class. Tell us if they're good or if they're bad or whatever. So it'll be fun. We thank everybody for subscribing and watching on the YouTube channel. We passed 700 subs this week, and they're still coming in. We're at like 706 or something like that right now.
Something like that. 708.
Ooh, 708. Sweet. We were at 701 yesterday morning. Cool. So we're trying to get to 1,000. So we'll do something fun. We do get to 1,000. I don't know what, but
something.
Yeah. Tyler, what do you think we should do?
Live watch along.
Sure.
Yeah.
Foot race.
The substance. Yeah. Foot race.
Yeah.
Let's do a foot race. And then whoever loses has to watch Jeepers Creepers Reborn alone.
Naked in a room for a year.
Yeah, we have to lock you in a room, take your phone away, one chair in the center of the room, nothing else in there too.
And take your clothes away as well.
That's right. And I'm not going to give you your fiddle rag either.
Dang it.
All right, anything else, guys?
That's it.
Okay, so thank you to our cool-ass yard duties over on Patreon. That's Javier, Heather, Michael, Steven, and Chris. If you want to support us on the Patreon, hit us up at patreon.com/middleclassfilmclass or just watch on the YouTube and share with a friend. That means a lot too. Until next time. Thank you for joining us as we review Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Follow us next week as we review Tiptoes. Dear God. And follow along because it's streaming everywhere. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast. And send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class and leave us a voicemail at 209-730-6010. It's been a whole 365 days since we haven't had one, so please.
And follow us on Twitter at PodcastMCFC and on TikTok at Middle Class Film Class.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
See ya. I never liked Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles.
Class dismissed.
I gotta get out of here.
The bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you.
You're free to go.
See you next week.
See you later.
See you later.
That's a wrap.
Great show.